Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about injury risk reduction for pitchers. It's a question that's come up in several social media groups that I'm a part of for baseball parents and coaches, as well as a few times it's come up in my inbox. All right, so first things first, if you like the video, please subscribe, like it. Trying to grow this channel into something that can really be a great resource for youth baseball parents and coaches. So you know how the algorithms and stuff work. So subscribe, like it, it'll go a long way. All right. So to start, we know that only one thing causes injury. All right, whether it's to a bone or to tissue, it's more force applied on that bone or tissue than the bone or tissue can sustain. Okay, doesn't matter what the injury is, that's the cause of it. All right, broken leg, for example, more force was put on that bone than the bone can support. All right, UCL rupture, more force was put into that UCL than it could sustain. All right, same thing with the hamstring, same thing with the quad, same thing with bicep, pecs, anything. All right, so if you think about an injury in those terms, the exercises that I'm going to show you that can help lower the injury risk for a pitcher are going to make a lot of sense. Okay, now, one question came up as it relates to a quarterback, and he's also a pitcher, and he throws a lot when he's in football. Look, you don't see a lot of UCL issues with quarterbacks, all right? Reason being, there's a lot less force that is applied to the UCL when you're throwing a football, all right, versus throwing a fastball, okay? A fastball is 100% effort, maximum velocity that you can actually throw. Okay, so there's a lot more force and a lot more stress put on the elbow and on the rotator cuff than throwing a football. Okay, so just because you play quarterback doesn't mean you can't still throw a baseball once a week. Okay, that would be crazy to not do it, because then you're just gonna end up increasing your injury risk when you come back to baseball season. All right, so you want to maintain on that. Now, I'm gonna talk about some exercises. Maybe it's familiar to some of you guys, maybe some of them aren't. I guarantee you some of them are gonna be new that, unless you've been at the pro level, you probably haven't experienced. All right, so I'm gonna start with some anti-rotation stuff. If you dive deep into injury causes, in what phase of the throwing motion it happens, it's gonna be in the negative acceleration, the deceleration phase, when your arm's slowing down, okay? So we're gonna talk about anti-rotation. You can't build the engine without building the brakes as well, okay? So that's what I'm gonna show you first, and then I'm gonna get into some FRC car stuff that you probably aren't familiar with, okay? So first things first, you can take, you grab this medicine ball. All right. It's a 2-pound medicine ball. You don't need to go heavy with it, obviously. This is only 2 pounds. But fake scoops and fake chops are really useful. So I'll do it at this angle where you can see. All right, so fake scoop, I'm going to start down here. I'm going to come up powerfully here, stop, and then bring it back down hard and stop. So I'm working on slowing my momentum to a complete stop from a high-speed acceleration. Okay. All right, this is fake scoop. All right. Fake chop is going to be the exact opposite. I'm going to start up high, come down low, return back high. Okay? We'll go at this angle so you can see a different angle here. All right? Start here. All right. So what you want to look for when you're coaching this is you don't want the athlete to come back around. You want them to stop quick, accelerate quick. All right? You don't want them to ball to carry them around and through. All right, Palloff presses and Palloff variations. So I just got a band here. Hopefully you can see it in the video. It's an orange band. It's not very strong, but I'm just going to use it for the demonstration now. If you have access to a Kaiser machine, even better. You can use the air compression to make it easier and harder. If you don't have that, but you have access to like a standard gym, like tricep pull down, the weight stack, or lat pull down machine, you can use that, right? Just put a handle on it, and it'll work the same as bands. If you don't have those, like I don't, bands work great, okay? So a Palloff press, stand at this angle here, that should be best. So I'm going to fold at the hips, bend over here like a Romanian deadlift. I'm going to start with it up against my chest, and I'm just going to press down. All right. Now this band is very easy for me. My 10-year-old was using it before, but you want it to be at a strength that you're having to fight to not be pulled back towards it, right? So I should not be letting myself come this way. Everything should be squared and not being pulled back to the bar, okay? Right here. That's a powerlift press. A lot of variations with it, right? I can be here, I can do this. I like to walk out with it. So start here. This works a lot better if you have a Kaiser machine, but you can get the point of it here, right? Now it's actually getting tough. I'm having to fight to not be pulled back in that direction. All right. Then I would turn around and go the other way. All right, squats are great with it too. Right, so I'm gonna be out here, squat down, you can do it this way. Right, I'm not letting it pull me back in. Or you can go here, down, press out, up, like that, however you want. All right, great tools to build that anti-rotation. So when you're throwing here and you're accelerating through, now I've got to start slowing down after I release the ball, right? That's where you're prone to injury. So we're working on building those breaks, okay? Carbs. So this is from the FRC, controlled articular rotations. All right, this is something that every pitcher, my son started pitching at 9. He does it. I'd like to have him do it every day. He just doesn't. But the more high level you play and the harder you throw, the more often you really should be doing this, all right? Pros do this thing almost every day, all right? So elbow cars, what you're gonna do is you're working on the range of motion within the elbow, all right? So you're trying to expand it. So you wanna work at the far ends to help make your range of motion bigger, okay? So for elbows, I'm gonna start here. My whole body's gonna try to be tight as I talk. It's gonna be hard, but I really shouldn't be talking if I was doing this for real. Keep your whole body tight. All right, so I'm gonna rotate my thumb out as far as it can go, right? Can't go any further out. I'm gonna come up, keep going as far out as I can go. All right, when I get to the top, flip it over, bring it back down. All right, so I had my players with the Tigers doing this in their warm-ups, my pitchers. All right, we'd start here, looks like this. Step back so you can see better. All right, now where this is going to help for the pitcher, right? If you can expand that range of motion there, when you're coming back, we'll go to the side here. When you're back here and that elbow has all the stress on it, right? You've built that range of motion up, less likely to get hurt, okay? Shoulder cars are great as well for rotator cuff. So very similar to the start for the elbow. All right. Thumb's gonna be as far out as I can go. All right, I'm gonna keep turning out as far as I can. So I'm still rotating that thumb out and around. Now, I'm at a sticking point here. I can't keep going. So I'm gonna rotate at the shoulder all the way back out in the opposite direction and continue that circle. And I'm continuing to rotate all the way around. Now my palm is facing out, okay? So I'm gonna rewind. I'll go at this angle so you can see it a little bit better. All right, now I'm stuck. I can't go any higher at this position. So I'm gonna rotate that thumb all the way around the opposite direction. Continue on. I'm still rotating that thumb out. Now the thumb rotation is coming from the shoulder up here, not at the elbow, okay? So if you look at it here, all right, this would be like normal palms up, supine position, right? You want it to be as far out as you can as you're coming up. Rotate at the shoulder, back around. Watching myself do this, I can see I'm compensating a little bit by twisting. I don't want to do that. All right, I'm gonna rewind it, rotate the other way, and continue around. Okay. Okay, now, those are the exercises that we use in pro ball to help lower the injury risk of the elbows and shoulder, okay? Where I think youth pitchers can really benefit is, and I see this with so many kids that are pitching at my son's games. He's 10. They throw more with their upper body and their arms, right? So teaching them what it feels like to throw with their legs and push off of the rubber and drive forward and use their momentum is really big. All right, so a couple exercises, and we use these exercises at the pro level to help develop power. It's great to do. My son does it for that reason as well, but it also trains them to use that back leg to really drive off. All right, so again, that 2-pound medicine ball that we talked about. Now these are gonna be a shot put type throws. So I'm coming that way with it, right? I'm pushing the ball like that, all right? I'm not rotating it or definitely not throwing it, all right? 2-pound ball, this is all you need, all right? So I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna go forward here, back, load, and fire, okay? All right, so I'm driving it as hard as I can, okay? Another way you can do it, I can start here, get in that position right here. I'm gonna jump up 180 degrees and I'm gonna fire it. Okay, another thing that you can do, work a little bit of core with it. Hold it out here, make a figure 8. Throw. All right, you can get creative with those, all right? Main thing with that is you're driving off that back leg and you're firing it, okay? Teaching them to throw with their lower body takes a lot of load off of the shoulder and the elbow, okay? If you have more questions about this, I go into detail with it in my book, Move Like a Pro. All right, it's available on Amazon. Just past 1,500 copies sold. Really proud of it. It was my son's idea back when he was 8. He helped me write it. He's in it, demoing. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. DM's always open. Subscribe, like it, check out the book. All right, and good luck.